Welcome to 3 Minute Tech. These are the videos where we answer your technical financial planning questions without all of that jargon. Shot on location at our beautiful new offices, Level 37 QV1. Australia is about to embark on the biggest intergenerational transfer of wealth in history. $3.5 trillion will move from the baby boomers to younger generations over the next 2 decades. In today's episode, we'll be talking about how to prepare yourself for this tsunami of capital that's going to go to younger generations. So why is it so important that we look at this intergenerational transfer of wealth? Well, $3.5 trillion is a huge number, and the statistics show globally 70% of intergenerational wealth transfers fail. Today we'll be looking at some practical steps to help reduce tax, but equally make sure this wealth is in the hands of younger generations for many decades to come. So why do so many intergenerational wealth transfers fail? Well, too often the sole focus is on the technical aspects. So looking at entity structures, trusts, companies, looking at wills and estate planning documentation. But equally important is making sure governance and financial capabilities are also in place for the younger generations. These younger generations may never have needed to invest such large quantities of funds. So making sure they have the appropriate skills and mentorship is equally important. So what are some practical steps that families can put in place? Well, for one, they can start with communication, making sure they can bring the younger generation through mentorship and training, sitting down and communicating how they want this intergenerational transfer of wealth to go for future generations. In addition, they can start to talk about a skills audit, so understanding where there may be some deficiencies for younger generations and fill that gap through training or some additional professionals. On top of that, they can look at their soft infrastructure. Now what I mean by that is making sure their legal and financial documentation is up to scratch. This is both from a technical capacity, but equally making sure it aligns to the ongoing goals, wishes and objectives. So a common question we get is, when is the right time to tackle intergenerational wealth transfer? And the simple answer is, it will depend on your own family situation. The statistics show us that the peak age of death for baby boomers will be 2027. So regardless of whether people start to plan early, it's going to be something that a lot of families will be forced to address. Many families are starting to look at this at an earlier age. One, because then they can help with that training and financial education, but equally two, it's when the younger generations may need the additional capital. This could be things like school fees, this could be mortgages, or this could be just making sure their life is a little bit more comfortable during the hard cost of living times we're going through. So in today's case study, we have the O'Briens, a really successful farming family. Now they have 2 children, one who really wants to take over the farm in future years to come, and another who is very comfortable with their life in Perth. Now, if they didn't tackle estate planning and intergenerational wealth transfer, the will that they completed many years ago would say that everything would go 50-50 between these 2 siblings. If that eventuated, this would likely necessitate the sale of the farm that has been in the family for generations. So what do? They sit down, get the family together and start to create an intergenerational transfer of wealth. This necessitates building some off-farm wealth with their advisor, but equally looking at other mechanisms to which they can extract value out of the farm for the sibling who retains in Perth without selling the farm altogether. By doing this planning, it preserves the farm for future generations, which is the overall goal and objective that they have. So what have we learnt today? We know Australia's about to embark on the biggest intergenerational wealth transfer in history, $3.5 trillion. Equally, we know 70% of wealth transfers fail. So it's important to look at your own circumstances. Look at the family governance, open communication, look at any skills gap, and make sure everything aligns to your own testamentary wishes.